Hey guys, this is Colton from Spartanburg Christian Church, and I am here today with Rachel and Satian. This is Brian's daughter, our senior pastor's daughter and son-in-law, and I am his nephew. So we're all one big family here, but today, instead of giving you guys a sermon or a message, we wanted to introduce you again to Satian and Rachel. We support their mission, which is Asia's Hope. So they're some of our missionaries here at Spartanburg, and we wanted to give them a chance to tell you guys what they've been doing. They actually just got back from Thailand, 2 weeks ago? Right before all the craziness happened.
Oh, yeah.
So the trip, all the memories and everything are fresh on their minds, and so we wanted to catch up with them and give them a chance to tell you guys what God has been doing in their lives and what God has been doing in Thailand. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves really, really quick, and then we'll get started.
All right. Well, hi, I'm Satian, or you guys probably know me by David as well. Yeah.
I'm Rachel.
So Rachel and Satian. So we're just going to go through some general questions, and then we'll be done. So guys, I just want to ask you, can you guys tell me a little bit about what is Asia's Hope?
Yeah.
So in a nutshell, what is it?
So it's an organization, right, that take and bring in vulnerable children, orphans. Yeah, and we, so that they could no longer be orphans, so that they would have a family, have shelter, have like opportunity to have education and a brighter future. Yeah, but the main focus is for them that to have a family and become
Not an institution.
Family.
Yeah.
So that's the big word, is family.
Yeah, no institution. Yeah.
So really, you're just bringing in kids who need love, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're just bringing in kids who need love and a family, and a nice place to wake up and in the morning and just be showered with love, right? So that's what I'm hearing. So your mom started this whole thing, right? Sort of. So can you?
In Thailand,
Yeah, the one in Thailand. Can you briefly tell us, in your own words, that calling that she had? Like, where did that all start for her?
Oh, yeah. Her motivation pretty much come from my grandpa, so it's her dad. So she, always told the story about how my grandpa, he is an orphan, growing up, and then the village that he grew up in, they just believing that he possessed like a demon, and so cast him out, and he had been in like a very tough spot since start, growing up, and he been very faithful and very strong Christian belief, because of there's a missionary came over and tell the gospel, and he become believers, and he's a strong Christian since then, and then it's very hard to live back then, and he working really hard and growing up as an orphan, it's just heartbreaking, and my mom just witnessed it, he got no family, nobody to backing up for him, no supports and stuff, and he been supporting the family pretty much all himself, because my grandma was home, take care of the children, and my grandpa would go out and do just anything at all, working hard, like it shows that he been through
Yeah.
so much, and like he had like he feel like my mom like would think that like he would deserve a lot more than that, like he shouldn't
Sure.
be in this spot and stuff.
So, for your mom, this was like really close to home, right? Right in the heart. It's
Oh.
personal. She witnessed what it was like,
Yeah.
sort of firsthand to grow up without a family, I guess. She saw as her father,
Mhm.
she saw him go through that. And so
Yeah.
she wanted to provide the needs that she saw that her father didn't get to children that she saw, right? So
Yeah.
she saw that, how it messed up her father, and how hard it was for him to make it in the world without those things. And so she wanted to provide that for kids. Yeah, so that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So what you guys just got back and you spent what, 5 months over there? So
Yes.
tell us what it was like for you on a day-to-day basis. What do you do? So you wake up, what's a, I guess if you could put it, I'm sure day-to-day is somewhat different, but what are some projects? What are things that you guys are doing over there? You have schools and things like that, or how does all that work?
Well, I try to spend as much time with our HSO family. That's for sure. And daily, like I would go there as often as I could. Yeah, definitely. Like spend time with our staffs and kids. They're all important. Yeah, part of our organization. Definitely. Like we want to give the best to our children. And at the same time, my goal there was like just to rebuild the relationship. Even though like we have a really good relationship before, but like it has been
Yeah.
a long time. We haven't, and like we like catching up. Getting back to like the same speed that like I want to know what's going on with them and stuff, and like try to be as present as I can. Like get to know like our kids more, since they are like grown up, they're all like big now, and like goodness, like we're playing soccer a lot, and they are so good now that I cannot even like catch up with their
Yeah. So for you, it's just about being there, right? It sounds like that's what your main goal was, is just to be there and be intentional with your time and your love, and just shower not just the kids but the staff, right? Because they're a huge part. You can't do this without.
I was just getting to know everyone.
Yeah.
Because I had never met a lot of them in person, so I was just getting to know everybody.
And at the same time, we try to document it, trying to take pictures and have some video or stuff like that as well at the same time.
And you
But-
preached.
Oh yeah.
Preached a lot, led worship,
Yeah, get to
taught the kids choir.
yeah.
That's awesome.
They get to explore that, because they love music. They're very talented. They have a musical gift. A lot of them. Yeah, and so I just formed a team who really
worship.
really interested into and they let me translate it into English the way they say it. They said that they don't experience the worship this way before, and it's more upbeat and and more organized, the way that I prepare my worship when I get to lead. But there are different weeks, people. There's a different worship leaders. Just our parents, our home parents. So our staffs are they also have the roles at church. Same as preacher as well. They also switching around, only the one that are have experience preaching before and also like willing to be a preacher.
So you're just kind of like the resident pastor, so I'm kind of here. You just kind of stepped in and did, whatever they needed you to do, and you just kind of did everything just to kind of help, right? And so for you, it's just about making relationships, right? Meeting people.
Yeah, hanging out with a lot of the young girls.
Yeah.
That's what I did a lot.
So, did you learn any Thai?
That was what was difficult for me
Yeah.
while I was there. I was going to try and take class, like they have classes at colleges that like you can take, and I was gonna do that. But then I have a toddler, running around all the time, and so like I just didn't get to learn like as much as I wanted to, even though like I was willing and open to, and like I can understand pretty like. I mean, not fluently, but like, general things. But like, I can't say it because there's like so many tones in it, and I just.
Well, Maya
it's hard.
knows.
Maya knows. Maya knows.
Learned pretty fast. Yeah, she know how to say several.
Yeah.
Maya's their little daughter.
Yeah, she's almost 2. Yeah.
So, just want to move to the next step here. Is kind of ask you guys a couple personal questions. And the first one is, when did you both receive the call from God to step into missions? Because, even though you guys are here, you're still missionaries, right? We're supporting you as a church, and you're still working closely with Asia's Hope, doing that kind of stuff. So, when did you, just briefly, kind of tell us when you felt that call in your heart to step into missions?
You can.
So I went on a mission trip with Spartanburg, actually, to South Dakota, and we led a VBS. And then I knew that I wanted to work with kids, like underprivileged kids maybe. And then my junior and senior year of high school, I became friends with a lot of foreign exchange students, and I just like fell in love with them. I had like the best time.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, that's where I was getting to. And then I was like, well, I don't know if I'm going to go to college. I might just like, go to Asia and like, see what they need, because I was like, I think I want to work with, kids in Asia because that would like be fun. And then I was like, I heard about Johnson. Well, I'd known about Johnson like my whole life, but I like looked into it more and saw that they had a mission program, and I was like, okay, well, I'll do that. That might be the only thing that like I'm interested in, because I'm not like a school person, And then I met him my freshman year, and it just kind of clicked. And then it was really a God thing, actually, because I was like, his mom runs an orphanage. What?
It's kind of cool because I know you guys' story pretty well, and so you telling me that the first encounter you kind of had missions, and when you first felt that call. Was in South Dakota, and you knew immediately that you wanted to work with little kids, and it sounds like specifically kids who were vulnerable or in situations that maybe they're orphans or homeless or things like that, and then God leads you to this guy whose mom runs Thailand Asia Hope. Yeah. So it's definitely God.
Yeah.
So.
For me, well, since I was young, like in Thailand, we have less than 1% of Christianity. So we always, as a Christian, we go evangelize, right? As much as we can. Every year, especially during Christmas time, definitely, but we'll go like out, in the country, because that's where, both of my parents, back then when they still together, like they very, because their language, native language. My mom tribal is Karen, right? And my dad's tribal is Lisu, and so we go, out in the country,
into the country,
the jungle.
the boonies.
The jungle.
Yeah,
It's really the jungle.
Yeah,
Yeah, just like that. Yeah. It is very rough then too, because no paved road, like we always have to have like a axe, right? Like a shovel or something, to get like the mud out of like so that like the car can go. Just to get there alone is like, but as a kid, you don't know, you just like, hop along, right? But like when I first, have the, like, God called me, the feeling that I feel like I want to do this in my life is when Asia's Hope started. Yeah. I didn't grow up like as like, wealthy, and stuff. So I just like pretty common folk, I would say, right? And then going to school, encountering with my friend, and just a regular, like typical, what is it like financially? What is it like? Yeah. Average. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the word. So, but my mom very passionate, right? And then God answered her call, and then like she started this, and then when she started Asia's Hope, and I get to go, hang out over there with like the first generation of children there, and I get to like hang out with them, spend time with them, and then like listen to their stories and stuff, and then just like, wow, it's just heavy in my heart, like they've been through like a really tough life, at that age, and I thought like average, right? Me, but then in comparison myself, to them, I'm like, whoa, and ever since it just,
So for you, it's a culmination of a lot of things, right? So you're saying, from early on, you started, you just went and watched, people evangelizing and sharing their faith. And then, God just put a passion in your heart for kids, right? And for His word and for His gospel. And you just felt like you had to share that. You're compelled. And then you come from Thailand all the way to Sevierville, Tennessee, middle of nowhere, Tennessee. That's a God thing too. For you to come from on the whole other side of the world to Johnson to study, to go back and you studied music, right? So now you went back and you're leading worship and you're preaching and things like that. So for both of you, it just sounds like God led you at every step, right?
Right. It looks like the story is like, wow. I can.
It sounds crazier when we say it out loud.
Yeah. I can go all day about the details. Like I start off like because Asia's Hope, right, and then get the connection with like the family in Virginia, and that's like when I first have an opportunity to come to US, and then I was an exchange student for you, but like the youth ministers, right, was alumni from Johnson. Yeah, and it's stirring, inside of me, and then like I decided I want to come back for college. Yeah, and then I did.
And then you met Rachel.
Yeah.
And then
And unfortunately, you met Luke.
And Brian.
So I just want to ask, what is, Rachel, you just one thing, if you can say one thing, while you were in Thailand this time, what was one thing that God showed you guys or taught you guys through this experience?
Yeah, I was thinking about this question earlier. So I think that it's that you can choose joy, like even if you come from a really hard place or like a hard time, because a lot of the kids like have gone through like so many things. Some of them have been sexually abused, some of them have HIV, AIDS, and they're happy. They're like the happiest kids I've ever seen in my life, which is like the craziest thing to me. And so it's like, I don't know, you can choose joy like in the middle of any situation.
So for you, it's, God showed you that your circumstances or your past or things like that shouldn't define how you live your life.
Yeah.
Right? You should choose joy in spite of what's going on around you. That's awesome.
So yeah.
Can you top that?
You worded that better than I did. So.
Well, yeah, because I can add on to that because our kids, their stories been very rough from the start. Either their parents are abandoned them or involved with drugs and stuff. So abusive, situation, all that. But when you get to meet them in person, you're that's just normal kids, just brothers and sisters, nothing different than you just make a new friend, but then if you get to sit down and hear their stories, you just but then they choose to not not to bring down by it.
Yeah, not and like I said, not let your your past or whatever happened to you, define
but
where you're gonna go.
Yeah, but most incredible things is also home parents. I give a lot of credits to them. To be a parent. To use someone. They have their own kids. They come over and they have more. And they take them as their own, right? And teach them as their own. Spend day by day. Every day. And especially God. They worship a lot, and then they spend a lot of what is it not solitude, right? The time to study God, worship, devotion, stuff like that. A lot, together, and just to embed them, plant the seed of God into, our vulnerable children, and they, not just doing the way that they would feel oh, they just call mom and dad, right? But not that they just trying to be parents or make them feel family or whole again, right? But they also working hard on planting the seed of God into their life, and making sure that however going in life, they got.
So for you, it sounds like you're saying that. I guess what God showed you is that His love can penetrate those and break those boundaries, right? So these parents who come in and provide these homes for these children, the love of God, even though they're not really their real children, the love of God just wraps them up, and they just become one big family.
You wouldn't know any different.
So God's love can break those boundaries.
So that spotlight is on them. So I go there, we go there. I just drop her off with Maya, and they spend time with we have 10 homes.
10
homes.
There's 10 homes. There's
So-
over 200 kids. So there's a lot. Yeah.
So Rachel would go spend time with girls, and I would go play soccer.
Yeah, that's our favorite memories. He played soccer with the guys a lot.
Yeah.
And then we would have sleepovers all the time. Well, not all the time, but one night it was 12 boys at our house, and it was ages 7 to I don't know, 18, that whole
So
range.
you're just the youth pastor.
Yeah. We had some girls another night. We were jamming out to Justin Bieber, we were having a good time. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, we were to be there, happened to be there, right on the time, the break. Some of them get to
school breaks.
school
Yeah.
breaks, and so
That's nice
some of
to
them
time
they
that
don't
way.
go back, and they come to stay with us.
Well, to end up here, I just want to ask you guys. It's last two questions. The first one is, how can we, as a church and for whoever's watching, how can we pray for you guys? What are some needs or what are some prayer requests that you guys might have?
Yeah. Well, it's just so, right? We now been through quite a bit of a difficult time too. With the corona and all that stuff, going on. It's very rough over there too on the other side. So things, shut down. That's part of it, but then they also have a different rules where they can't gather or whatever it is.
Whole cities basically
just,
shut down
yeah.
over there too. So
Yeah, and we required to do things that we normally do to get but then at the same time we would like to make sure that our home parents and kids are our families are protected and really good. So also pray for them and also management as a staff over here as well in the US. They're working hard to maintain everything and also they right now we got shut down and stuff, but they still
Yeah.
do a lot of stuff as normal at home and then never miss a day that they we very tight communication all the time, and then whatever we need we help each other to get things done, to communicate with the sponsors, and then with all three countries over there, over on the other side. Yep. So please pray for as a whole, Asia's whole,
Yeah, because I think, the rest of the world's being affected maybe worse than what we are here by this whole virus stuff. And I think we can, even for me, it's I've been sitting at home bored this week, and so I can kind of forget that, even though I can't really do much, I still have a nice warm bed to climb into at night. I have food and things like that, but for other places in the world, it's probably way worse. So pray for, like he said, Asia's hope as a whole, that the coronavirus, is keeping us all kind of closed and shut off. So just pray that, God works through that. And then anything else? Okay.
Okay, so originally he was working full time for Age's Help, but I think I'm gonna say it, it wasn't working out, financially for our growing family and everything, and we've moved back here, and so he has another full time job, but he is working part time for Age's Hope still, and I just want to let everyone know that we're sending out a letter within the next few weeks with all of our supporters and the church and everything of what the part-time entails and everything, and how you can still support us and everything. And then the second is a prayer request is that we're in the process of renewing his green card, and so that stuff's kind of iffy right now, and so just pray that it goes well and everything.
So you guys got a lot of transitions.
Yeah.
A lot of new phases of seasons of life, which can be scary.
Yeah.
So, so for them, just pray that God would give them peace. I guess peace and just.
Oh yeah, and another baby.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. So they have a lot of new things coming their way.
We never do anything slow.
A lot of new changes. So just pray that God's hand would be on them and that He would just give them peace and comfort through all these transitions. So I think that's all I got.
Yeah.
Satian, you want to pray for us?
Sure.
In Thai?
In Thai?
Can you do it in Thai?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to hear it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's pray.
Pray with us, guys.
All right. Yeah. ข้าแต่พระบิดาขอบพระคุณพระองค์เจ้าสำหรับวันนี้สำหรับการที่เราได้มาชุมนุมกันและได้มาแบ่งปันในสิ่งที่สำคัญ กับชีวิตของพวกผมแล้วก็ภรรยาครอบครัวแล้วก็ครอบครัวของนิมิตเอเชียแล้วก็ขอบคุณสำหรับโบสถ์สปาร์ตันเบิร์กที่ได้ช่วยเหลือแล้วก็การที่เราได้มาเป็นส่วนหนึ่งด้วยกันแล้วก็ได้ผูกพันกับ Asia's Hope นั้นทำให้ทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างที่ไม่ได้คาดคิดให้เกิดขึ้นและความสัมพันธ์ที่เป็นไปได้อย่างน่าประทับใจที่เกินกว่าที่เราจะสามารถคาดคิดได้เนื่องด้วยองค์พระผู้เป็นเจ้าทรงเป็นผู้จัดการทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างขอบพระคุณพระองค์เจ้าสำหรับทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างและขอบพระคุณและฝากมอบทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างไว้ในพระหัตถ์อันทรงฤทธิ์ของพระองค์สืบไปเป็นนิจขอบพระคุณในพระนามของพระมหาเยซูคริสต์เจ้า Amen.
Did you catch any of that? A little bit. Well, guys, really, from all of us here at Spartanburg, and especially from these guys, we just thank you for watching. And just remember to keep them, Satian and Rachel, and their growing family and Asia's Hope in your prayers. And keep me and Brian and our team and our staff here at Spartanburg as we're still trying to figure all this stuff out. So hopefully we'll get back with you guys soon and let us know if we can do anything for you. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks,
Bye.
guys.